Did you write a Star Wars script?
You mean eventually?
No, I mean, like, rumor has it that you were developing Star Wars at some point.
Right. Yeah.
What happened to that?
Yes, there was a point in Galactica was winding down. Caprica was starting. Right around that period, I got a call that George Lucas wants to meet with you about a possible series. What? Huh? Mm-hmm. Sure.
Yeah.
Again,
just for the meeting.
Just for the meeting. I'm there. So meet with George. He was very nice, and his producer Rick McCallum. And turned out at that point, George wanted to do a live action Star Wars TV series. And this is after, he had done the prequels, clearly before any of the other movies and stuff. And it was like, wow. And what he wanted to do is he wanted to gather a group of writers together, kind of an international group of writers. So I was one of the Americans, and there were some from the UK and from Australia and New Zealand, and he would bring us together up at Skywalker Ranch for like a long weekend.
Isn't it amazing? I've only been one time, and I wanted to like stow away.
Yeah.
And like stay forever.
I know. Did you get the tour of like the archives and all that?
I did. Jon Favreau gave me arranged the tour, and I disappeared. I went for Dave Filoni's birthday, and John, because I don't do well in parties, and I think John knows that. And so I wanted a tour. And so I left the party with John and Paul Sun-Hyun Lee, and we got a tour of the entire, it was amazing.
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It's there's the Lost Ark of the Covenant. It's right there.
It was absolutely amazing.
It was amazing. So yeah, we would go for these long weekends or a week or something at a time, sit with George in a conference room at the Skywalker Ranch, and break these stories. And then we would go off for like another 6 weeks up by ourselves, write the scripts, then regather, talk about notes, do another group of scripts. And this went on for like a year or two or something. Yeah. We would just gather, break up, gather, break. And the writers would kind of change. Not everybody could go to every session. New people came out. I didn't go to all the sessions. And we wrote something like, I think 48 or 50 episodes. Oh yeah, there's like 40 or 8, or at least it's definitely in the 40s. I think 48 or 50 scripts for this series. And when we got to that point, George said, okay, that's enough. And then he wanted to just take those scripts and he was just going to go shoot them on his dime, which is kind of what he had done with Clone Wars, the TV show.
Right.
Like he was just going to produce this series. And in George's mind, it was, once I've produced it, I'm just going to then take it to a network and go, take it or leave it. This is what it is. I don't care what your notes are. I don't care what your thoughts are. It is done. Do you want it? And they would have no choice but just to say, yes, Mr. Lucas, here's your check. That's where we left it with him. And he went off, and I think he did they shot some test footage because he was, George loves technology, and he was exploring different things of CGI and what became the volume, and all that stuff was percolating at ILM. Shot some test stuff for some scenes, but not too long after that, like another year maybe goes by, and he sold the whole thing kit and caboodle to Disney, all Lucasfilm. And so the project never happened. And that's what happened. I wrote, I think, 2 of those scripts.
Really?
Yeah. It was amazing. It was an amazing, sitting in a room with George Lucas and arguing about Star Wars.
Arguing about Star Wars?
Oh yeah, because as a writer, at a certain point, you get over your awe, and now you're just in a writer's room, and he's telling you something about Darth Vader that doesn't make sense. I don't think that's really who Darth Vader is. Let me tell you about Darth Vader. He's actually, and George, I don't think that's, Darth Vader. And yeah, but George, he wouldn't do this. You're just like, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Where am I?
But that's amazing.
Yeah, you just kind of forget. And now you're just in a story conference having an argument.